You hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribing to The Terrace this morning. Lots of great content to review. I want to get your views. I want to get your opinions in the comment section below. Let's start off here with the boys at Redmen TV.
At the end of the day, but we'll start off with probably one of the major talking points of the game. Came right at the death of the game, Chris.
If you're watching it on Sky in the UK, it didn't.
Honestly.
That's true, by the way. The lack of coverage, the penalty or non-penalty decision for Liverpool got is crazy. Now, I'm a Man United fan. I've got no love for Liverpool. But the way it has been just skirted over like it isn't a big talking point, it's crazy to me.
God, their coverage was abysmal today. How many highlights do you want to show of something and then like not watch it when all of a sudden you look back and Salah's one-on-one with a keeper and you're like, any chance? But yeah, it's a penalty. Nailed on.
It's a nailed on penalty for me. Like, and I know red tinted glasses, all that type of stuff. Like, but he kicks the lad in the chest. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, and it's the 98th minute and all that type of stuff. And yes, Liverpool have had a penalty already in the game, but that's as nailed on a penalty as you're going to see in a game of football. And
that's so true. And sometimes referees do this. I've already given one penalty. Can we really give another? I know Man United got 2 on Saturday, but it wasn't in the 98th minute. It wasn't in a game that could have a huge significance in deciding the title. It was purely and simply a bottle job. And I'm glad the Red Men are calling that out, because often when you call out these decisions, people think you're deterring away from your own team and your own mistakes. And I've watched their content. They criticize the finishing of Diaz, but it doesn't mean they can't criticize the poor refereeing in the game either, because in a cold, hard light of day, it was a disgrace.
Oh! Hello, everybody. Welcome to That's Football. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1. The draw that many people wanted has been delivered. And
that was what the craziest bit. Everybody wanted the draw, and we got it.
Arsenal are top of the league. What a game. What a game of two halves as well. Man City, probably the better team in the first half, just. Liverpool, definitely the better team in the second half. Should have won it. Should have won it with Diaz chances. They actually should win that game, Liverpool. I think they'll walk off the pitch feeling a little bit unlucky. I've got to say at the start, they were robbed. I mean, I'm very happy with the point. That's the result I wanted, but they've been robbed of a penalty at the end. And look, Arsenal fans will know about Michael Oliver and Kovacic back in the autumn. I don't know what excuse this is, and we are on a fast track here. The tighter this league is, the more we might look back at the end of this season and go, VAR at Spurs on the offside goal, that's a penalty. I mean, if it's in the other end, I'm saying it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Doku is a winger trying to make a defender's tackle on a bouncing ball in the penalty box in the last minute. He's got no idea where that ball is. He's gone up with a high foot. His studs are showing, and he's actually caught McAllister in 2 places. And for anybody who's saying it's not a penalty, I don't have any emotion in this because I don't have a horse in the race. I certainly don't want Liverpool or Man City to win the league as a Man United fan. I want the draw, and the draw's come through, and I'm very happy about it.
And that's so true. There's a lot of people that have said to me, you're just bitter about City. It's not bitterness. I don't want Liverpool winning the league either. A draw was the perfect result. But I can't ignore what is plainly and utterly in front of us. Liverpool did miss chances. Diaz, he was so great in large parts of the game, but he missed some gilt-edged chances. He should have put Liverpool ahead by 2 to 3 goals. They should have walked away with the 3 points. That being said, a stonewall penalty in the 98th minute of the game should have been given. Liverpool were robbed of that opportunity to gain all 3 points at the death if the letter of the law was followed. And it wasn't just that. You had like Kyle Walker not booked in early in the game like he should have been. That changes how Kyle Walker can defend for the entirety or the remainder of the match. These things need to be called out and need to be discussed because it hurts our game. And if Liverpool miss out this season on winning the league by a point or 2, they could certainly look back at some of these absolute gilt-edge moments that didn't go their way, where referees have made huge mistakes, and say that they were very, very, very hard done by.
Nice.
3 teams at the top separated by just 1 point. Take my word for it. Arsenal leading the way with Liverpool and Manchester City close behind. Only goal difference separating the top 2 right now. And remember that Arsenal not in FA Cup action next week. They, in their next Premier League duty, is against.
Do you think Arsenal are going to benefit from having that break, or is it bad for them in terms of momentum? I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
Manchester City at the Etihad. So another epic game we have to look forward to. Are we thinking any differently after 90 minutes here, Jamie?
No, I mean, I think if you're Arsenal, you're watching today and you think the perfect result is a draw, and I think Liverpool will be looking next week and think, you know, the great result will be a draw. But I think from Liverpool or Arsenal's point of view, they're trying to chase down City. They're the team to beat still.
Well, they're not chasing down City. Man City are behind them. And I want to just go back to what he said there a moment ago about the title race. Just take a little listen again to what he said.
Epic game we have to look forward to. Are we thinking any differently after 90 minutes here, Jamie?
No, I mean, I think if you...
Well, this is no. How are we not looking at this title race differently? I'm not talking about a significant difference. Oh my God, City got no chance. Oh my God, Liverpool drew today. They're done. Oh my God, Arsenal have to win the league. That would be ridiculous. But Arsenal winning late on, going top of the league. Liverpool, who, by the way, had a 5-point or so gap over Arsenal, that has now shrunk in the last couple of games to no difference in points. Arsenal with hugely significant goal difference. And Man City, this is the element here where I feel that Arsenal, more so than Liverpool, are being absolutely disrespected. And you know why I think it, and it's going to trigger my haters in exactly the same way. The fear they have, the worry they have, the frustration they have about their opinions surrounding Arsenal being wrong clouds their judgment. The doubt around Arsenal, the hate around Arsenal is ridiculous. They're top of the league, but you're ignoring what's wrong with City at the moment. This notion, this nonsense that, oh, they'll just win their last 10 games on the bounce. Where's the evidence that this team this season is going to do that? They don't have Mahrez anymore. They haven't replaced him with a good enough player. Grealish, injured, hasn't been that great this season at all. Haaland at the moment is looking awful. Okay? The control of the midfield at Manchester City is, by their standards, non-existent. And I'm not comparing it to Man United's midfield. Before anyone at the back, the silly people at the back go, oh, but your team's got a bad midfield. I know that. I'm talking about the quality. I'm talking about teams in the elite end of the spectrum and the nitpicking that needs to happen, because it's those little bits, those little peccadillos, which is going to decide the title. Their lack of control in midfield and the abundance of chances they are leaking. Arsenal, in my view, have such a huge chance in 2 weeks' time of beating Manchester City. An absolutely huge chance of doing it. But at the same time, City will drop points three times at least more in this remainder of the season. Now, people keep talking about their unbeaten record. And yes, their unbeaten record currently in the Premier League is good. But the problem is with an unbeaten record, they could have more points if they'd have lost one of the last few games they've drawn. If they lost yesterday, but when you look back at their draw, I just want to make sure I get the team right. Just getting their fixtures up in front of me now. They had a draw not too long ago, didn't they? In the Premier League, I swear they did. If you go back to their draw against Chelsea, if they'd have beaten Chelsea but lost yesterday, they'd have more points. So being unbeaten is very good. Of course it is. But there's been 3 games in which they've dropped points recently. Against a depleted Liverpool team, should have lost. Against Chelsea, got very lucky at the end that Poch bottled it. And they were 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. And they threw that away. And it was only a handful of games before that where they were battered by Aston Villa, drew with Spurs, drew with Liverpool, and drew 4-4 with Chelsea. You then look at their fixtures and people say the last 5 games are really winnable. Yeah, but beating Chelsea at home was really winnable. They're 11th. Beating Crystal Palace at home was really winnable. And I think for me, the disrespect towards Arsenal, not so much the writing off of Liverpool, because I don't think Jamie Carragher's doing that. I just think is a little bit astonishing, really.
If you're Arsenal, you're watching today and you think the perfect result is a draw, and I think Liverpool will be looking next week and think, you know, the great result will be a draw. But I think from Liverpool or Arsenal's point of view, they're trying to chase down City. They're the team to beat still, I would say. And I think City have dropped points here. And City's next sort of 4 or 5 games feel like if they're going to drop points, they're going to be them. So even though Arsenal are top, I think from a Liverpool point of view, I think I prefer to see Arsenal win there or it be a draw. Certainly not a City win, because I think
Liverpool won't. This is the thing. Liverpool won't want to see Arsenal beat Man City This Arsenal team is dangerous, and this Arsenal team is on such a great run. They already have an additional point because their goal difference is so good. It will be a draw that Liverpool won, 110%, because you can't. Liverpool don't know what their next results are going to be. They just don't. So they're not going to want to take that risk. They go, the next game is at home to Brighton, which they should win. Then they're at home to Sheffield United. Then they go away to Manchester United. They're going to hope that Arsenal get a draw. And I'll tell you why they're going to hope that. Arsenal, the game after that is Luton at home, which they're going to win. They're going to win that game. And if Arsenal do go and grab a win, and then they go and beat Luton, that's 6 points on the bounce. They're not going to lose much of that goal difference. The pressure then becomes all on Liverpool and City to not drop any more points. They want to draw 100%. So I do think here that Arsenal was sort of being, again, just spoken about in this title race with such disrespect. It's personally, it's a little bit unbelievable, really.
I've noticed a pattern is stubbornness.
Yeah,
he is
stubborn.
going to make it his thing to make Havertz work at the detriment of the team. I think this is going to be the number one flop, undisputed flop of the season.
Someone sent me this clip, and listen, big up Fuad. He's doing such big things with DR Sports, SDS, that the boys at Stoppage Time genuinely got a lot of time for this geezer, but it's a funny clip, and that's what we do it here. And I wanted to highlight the Kai Havertz situation because I wrote him off as well. So I'm not sitting there pointing fingers saying, oh, I wrote him off. The one thing I didn't believe is that Arteta would ruin the entire ethos of his team to make Kai Havertz work. And at the beginning of the season when they were playing slower pace football, that's what people felt. But of course, this was all part of the master plan to have legs in the back end of the season, which we are now seeing pay dividends for Arsenal. But it's interesting that there's a lot of talk around Kai Havertz that's gone absolutely quiet ever since he started scoring more. Arsenal are now top of the league, and it's going to be so interesting if he continues scoring, continues getting winners, and remains an integral part of this first team if Arsenal were to go on to win the league. And I often talk about why rivals, why content creators, why TV pundits are so desperate to discount Arsenal, and they are praying and they are hoping that they don't win the league. They shouldn't be. Everybody should be hoping, especially City don't win it, because they'll be doing a 4-peat. They'll be then on for a 5-peat, which are records that we should be desperate for a club not to have. That's far more important than online banter. But a lot of people, I'm not putting Fuad in this category, I don't know. It's just a clip to just highlight this conversation. They just don't want to be wrong. Being right or not being wrong is more important than their own football clubs, which I find so strange in this discourse. But yeah, I just had to highlight this because he has, without a shadow of a doubt, Kai Havertz is making a lot of us, and I put myself in that category, look stupid.
Walking 7 days like Craig David, fam. Man were telling me that Sunday's going to be a good evening for Aston Villa. How Villa Park was a fortress. You're damn right, blood. Because they held 4, no stress. We turned Villa Park into the Spurner Bow, blood. Man had Ollie Watkins looking like Denzel from EastEnders, fam. Man had Ollie Watkins looking like...
You don't watch EastEnders, you won't get it. That's a great line. That's a great line.
I show speed. Leon Bailey, he's been cooking for Villa. But against us, he lost all the jerk sauce, blood. He probably lost his Jamaican accent too. That man had Kofi Kingston on the wing. Villa were the favourites. They were moving like a pack of Haribo Star Mix, bruv. But against us, they got Francis Chin Garnude, bruv. Josh Snow. And they deserve it. The way they played dirty, you would think they had a front three of Crep, Conan and Young'un. Dirty, fam. Gon McGinn. Who does he think he is? That C-Tech looking Billy Mitchell, fam. Man saw red faster than Cyclops. And Wick, man.
People ain't going to know again who Billy Mitchell is if you're not from the UK. Just research Billy Mitchell EastEnders.
I take out Udoji and Vicario. Brother, he got stamped like a housing benefit form in the back of his head. Aston Villa got sacrificed like Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame. Yeah!
Big up X. I always love watching his match reactions. I like it when they lose because the pain's there. But when they win and he rips into other clubs, it is absolutely sensational. Go and check it out. By the way, go and check out my new channel, The Squad. Scan the QR code now. Go and get subscribed. Brand new content coming there soon. Until next time, people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.